Hello again, welcome to today's attempt of a repeatle puzzle, starting with conic, because it was the penultimate guess. Last time I played this game, I used the penultimate guess, not the final guess, because the final guess isn't going to be the answer again, is it? Whereas there's a tiny chance that the penultimate guess might be. But, not today. However, it has given us an I in an interesting position. That's better than 5 greys. And it's not an IC ending, that is interesting. So is it going to be something like an IE ending? Like outie? Or, well, it can't be, we just ruled out the O. It could be just something as simple as limit, though, that's worth a shot. Okay, it's not even a duplicated I after all that. How about eerie? I don't really want to triple the E, but in this game we do have to duplicate at least one letter, so it was not the craziest thing to go for, but it hasn't really worked. At least we've got the R. Is the R going to be last? Probably not. I mean, it could be... I was thinking Friar. That would have the R in second and fifth, but then the I would be in the wrong place. So let's remove that as a possibility from our minds. What else is it going to be instead, though? That's the thing. If it doesn't end in I, then the R is probably going to be... Sorry, if it doesn't end in R, then the R is probably going to be... I mean, it could be first or second, really, couldn't it? Could be radii if we hadn't already ruled out the duplicated I. I'm struggling to think of things that do work with a duplicated letter, because I don't know what letter to use. We are going to have to use another vowel. We've ruled out E, I and O, apart from the I that we've already got, of course. So we're going to need a U or an R, aren't we? But it can't be rural or something along those lines, but with an I instead of an A, because we just ruled out the R from being third. So it's not going to be a repeated R, probably. Can't be something like lurid, that doesn't repeat a letter, and we can't use the L, and the R can't be third. We could use a duplicated R, duplicated A. I don't know how, but it feels like there should be a word that is RA blank IA. Raffia is spelt with a double F, otherwise that would be a decent shout. So what am I going to do instead then? It can't even be atria. If we want something starting and ending with A, then the R has to be second, so it would have to be AR blank IA. That feels unlikely. It can't even be something like basis. Basis would be a really good shout with the duplicated S, except we've now learned that we've got to fit an R in there somewhere. And racist or rusis with the U instead, they're not words. So what on earth can this word be? It can't even be rabbi. That would be a good shout if the I was last, but of course it's not. Raided? Racist? No, it's clearly still not going to be racist, because that's not a word. Frere. I'm thinking of friar, aren't I? That's just not a word. Yeah, it was worth a shot, because I knew I wouldn't lose anything if it turned out to not be a word. What on earth are we going to do then? What is this word? What do we think? What is a sensible guess? I cannot even come up with a sensible guess. AR blank I blank? Ardid? Argig? Ardia? Or something like that? I do like the thought of it being a duplicated A, I have to say. Ravia, Radia. I don't think any of these are words. Is there something that fits that pattern though? That is the question. I don't think raffia is a word with just one F. I told you. The fact that the R is not third is confusing. What about if it's an AR beginning? Is there anything that ends this particular word? That's not a word, is it? I'm thinking of something like arias, but again, the I is in the wrong place for that. I'm sure you're all shouting out the answer at home, and I'm going to be kicking myself when I get it. But I am really struggling, as you can see. Ardia, Arvia, Arbia, Arpia, Arkia. I don't know. And I cannot even think of something plausible to guess that would help. What can I guess? I think I'm on hard mode, so I have to use the R and the I in my next guess. So that's why I'm not just going for something like basis to try a few new letters. That would be cheating anyway, really, wouldn't it? I do not like going for words that I know definitely aren't correct. What if it's a U instead of an A? We can have druid, can't we? I was just fixated on the A the whole time, and then as soon as I switched to considering a U, that came to me almost instantly. That was super slow, but not the most obvious of words. So I'm not going to beat myself up too much, but I should have got it quicker. That is Repeatle, eventually. Thank you if you stuck with me, and bye for now.